How does it feel to be at Rangers?
It's great being here. I love it.
What appealed to you about coming to Rangers?
He's the number one, and then the name of the club also, because Rangers is a big club, and is the most successful team in the world, and that's it.
We've seen some videos of you playing in Holland. Can you tell us what kind of player you are? What will the fans expect?
Actually, I don't talk about myself, but I know I'm a hard-working player, and I don't like to talk about myself.
You had a bit of a wait to find out with the work permit, etc. Was it frustrating? Was it tough?
No. You know, the goal is just to work hard till the first day of the game, to the end of the season. That's it.
There's a game tomorrow night. Do you feel ready to play tomorrow night? Are you ready to go now?
You know, whenever you call, you have to be ready. But for now, we're waiting for the international clearance to be ready.
But if fitness-wise, you feel ready for the game tomorrow night?
We're always ready.
What have you made of, you've obviously trained with the players already, what have you made of the standard of the players here at Rangers?
The players are great, and like I saw from the first day, which is today. Today is my first training with the group. It's a nice group, and with the boys, I feel good, and I hope we'll keep it on together.
Have you set yourself any targets for this season?
Actually, the target is no target. The target is just about Rangers, and you can't say in football you don't know what's gonna happen, but it's just to be good and to play good for Rangers, and with all the boys together to take Rangers back to the level Rangers supposed to be.
Stephen, what appealed to you about Umar when you really looked at him?
Well, first and foremost, he's a talent. I think he's a player with huge potential, and I think following his career, I think he's looking for the next stage to take his career to the next level. I think he's done fantastically well in Holland, and he's one of many boys that are at top football clubs around the world, and they find it very hard for that breakthrough. So instead of staying at that club and suffering and not playing games, I think the likes of Rangers can go and grab these boys and give them the stage and the platform to go and perform on. So now it's over to Umar to come here and keep learning, keep growing, and to try and force his way into the team.
You've got 9 new signings, I think it is now. How do you feel your squad is shaping up for this season?
We're nearly there.
How many more? How roughly are you looking
There's
at?
no number on it. We'll be there when we're there, when I see that the team and the squad's strong enough to compete against the best sides domestically, and also against teams that we're going to come up against in the Europa. So that's when we'll be ready. It's very difficult to put a number on that.
When you bring all these players in, how tough is it to get them to gel quickly, or what do you have to do to help that process?
Good players are on the same wavelength, and good players gel pretty quick, and that's what we've tried to go into the transfer market for good players, for talents. We're trying to get the right balance and the right blend of what this team needs and where we felt the team and the squad was short when we come in, and we feel we've already improved things a lot, but there's still some pieces missing. We'll try and get them in.
How is the Jake Cooper situation coming along?
Sorry?
The Jake Cooper situation with Millwall, how's that coming along?
Well, I answered a question to yourself last week about speculation, and I don't like to add to speculation, especially when players belong to other clubs, so I won't be adding to any kind of speculation.
Can you bring us up to date on the Brunaris situation?
Yes, his contract has been terminated mutually. That's happened today, I believe. So both parties are really happy, and we both move on. I think he's about to be unveiled at Parma, and we wish him all the best.
It was believed that he was in quite a hefty salary here. Does that give you, in terms of looking at bringing other players in, a wee bit more room to manoeuvre in terms of your own budget?
I don't think so. I don't think we look at just Bruno leaving. That doesn't open the door for me to go and sign more and more players. I think the board of directors and the chairman have been very supportive so far. I knew when I came in we had to make changes, and they've backed me everything I've asked for so far. They've backed me really well, so I'm very appreciative of that.
In terms of the work still to be done, in terms of recruitment, is there any areas specifically that you still believe need to be sort of strengthened?
Central defender.
You've obviously brought two in, you still need extra cover now with Salve's leaving?
Yes.
Asana Koulibaly was another signing that came in yesterday. What do you think he can bring to the squad?
He's a destroyer type midfielder. I think he's very different to what we've got here. He's played at the top level in France. I watched him numerous games over 90 minutes, but the game I was really impressed with him was against Paris Saint-Germain, against world-class players, and he broke play up and he kept the ball really simple and done an excellent job for the team when I watched him. So he's one I've had an eye on for a while, and once we get him up to speed and fit and physically ready, he's had a long break and a long summer off, but today straight away in training he looked sharp. And he done exactly what I thought he was going to do. He broke play up, he was aggressive, he snaps into tackles, he's physically very strong, and he'll add a bit of power in the engine room for us.
How ready are you for tomorrow's game, do you feel?
Yeah, very ready, yeah.
What sort of test do you expect?
I think it's always a test. I think we only have to go back 12 months to realise that, any opposition has to be respected, and we have to take the test very serious. But I think, I'll echo what I've said to the players all week and during pre-season, is it's about us, and it's about us getting our house in order. It's about us being organised and ready to compete with whoever we come up against. We're moving forward very quickly and taking giant strides, close to where I want the team and the side to be, so I believe we're ready for tomorrow's test.
You've won in European competitions, you have vast experience as a player. What can you pass on now to your players as a manager with regards to European football and what to expect?
Well, I think I have to use my experience and my knowledge. I've been in this situation myself before as a player. I think a lot of the players are already experienced enough themselves to work it out, but if there's any young lads or any new boys who haven't experienced this stage before or this platform before, my job and the staff's job is to make sure that they're well aware of the pitfalls and the potential of it not going right. But this will probably be one of the easiest team talks I'll ever have to do as a manager, because you've only got to go back 12 months and show them the newspaper cuttings, show them the faces at the final whistle in the second leg when they went away and lost 2-0. There's your team talk right there. It smacks you in the face. If you're not ready to go and put that right, we've got a serious problem here.
I think the year after you won the Champions League with Liverpool, you had to qualify for the group stages again that year. Can you look back in that experience and the pressures involved in that and take some lessons going into these? I mean, I suppose the pressure's different, but is that a similar sort of mindset going in?
Definitely lessons, and I think tomorrow's all about attitude and mindset. If these players go in and think it's easy, that's when you come unstuck. If you show your opposition disrespect, what you've got to understand is they're coming into a stadium which is going to be packed to the rafters. It'll be the biggest night of their careers so far, with all due respect. It's going to be a huge cup final mentality to them. If we have any kind of drop off, we're not good enough at the moment. Certainly over the last couple of years, this team's not good enough to take the foot off the gas, so we need to go full throttle and go for it.
You spoke before you went away to Spain about the situation with Lee Wallace. It now seems he's not been included in the squad for tomorrow night's game. Is that because he's injured or is that because he's ongoing?
Because he's injured, and because we have the luxury of changing the squad from game to game. There's been a lot of media stuff written this morning about Lee. Me and Lee are fine. Lee's got an issue with the club and he's injured at the moment. That hasn't changed from the last time I spoke to the media.
In terms of Jordan Rossiter and Graham Dorrans, what's the latest in their injury situations?
Both coming on well. Graham's ticking along nicely. I don't think he'll be too far away. Difficult to put a day to return on him, but I think it's weeks away, but not many. So excited to hopefully have him back in the coming weeks. Same with Jordan, he might be slightly longer than Graham.
What is Jordan's issue, sorry?
Ankle.
And it must be frustrating for him. He's obviously had quite a well-documented sort of list of injuries since he came here. I suppose he's looking to come in and make an impression.
Well, he did. He was making a fantastic impression in pre-season. He was probably the standout performer at consistency up until he got the unfortunate knock. But the knock is nothing to do with being injury prone or anything like that. It was a moment of bad luck. He's frustrated, but we have to move on and try and get him fit as soon as possible. But up until he got injured, he was the standout performer.
There's some headlines as well about Alfredo Morelos in the last couple of weeks, but bids perhaps or interest from likes of Turkey and things like that. Is there any more update you can give on his situation?
No update at all. He's my player, he's our player. We like him. He's looking in fantastic shape, and I'm looking forward to watching him tomorrow night. We believe he's ready to fire.
Stephen, you had a taste of the Ibrox crowd at the weekend. How excited are you about this one for real? You had all the build up to it now.
Yeah, and this is the real one. This is the one I've been waiting for a long time. I mean, the reception myself and the staff and the players got for a friendly against Bury the other night was incredible. Over 40,000 in the summertime during the World Cup. One of the biggest games of the World Cup was on at the time, and for them to turn out like that was superb. And I'm sure it goes without saying we're going to get a similar reception tomorrow. But it's not about myself. It's about the fans turning up and really getting behind the team. It's a fresh start for everyone, and they can be so powerful for this team this year. They can help get us through in certain situations, and they were right behind the team against Bury, helped us get off to a fast start, and we were comfortable by half time. So we urge the fans to come and make a lot of noise on tomorrow night.
Stephen, I appreciate you've got a lot on your hands and a lot to think about with the game coming up, but England tonight, how excited are you now? I know I seem to ask you every round now, but what's your thoughts on this one?
Well, I've been so pleased and happy to watch the players perform. I think they've done the country proud. It seems every barrier that they face or every hurdle that gets put in the way, they seem to be getting over it and getting over them comfortably. I think tonight will be the biggest test for them. Croatia deserve respect. They've got some wonderful players within them, but I do predict an England win. I think the energy, I think the organisation, and I just think the confidence and the feel-good factor at the moment. England are a force, and they are capable of going the whole way. And I suspect there's a lot of pressure and a lot of weight off all the shoulders at the moment. So England are the dangerous team in this competition.
With Gareth, you're a young manager. Do you look at anything that Gareth's done that you've been impressed with in terms of since he's taken the England job?
I think he's someone who I've always looked up to. As a player, I came into the dressing room. He was a player who always put his arm around me and helped me, myself and Gareth Barry, when we went to our first tournament. He was one who went out of his way and made sure he was comfortable. We were away from our families for a long time, and Gareth really took it upon himself, which he didn't have to look after us. And I think that's the guy you're dealing with, someone who cares immensely about the country. He's desperate to do well, and he's much further down the line than me in terms of management and coaching, and he's one that is in touch with me and has been an open book in terms of help and support. So I'm so happy for him at the moment.
Any other injury updates or anything like that for tomorrow night?
No, everyone's fine.
Sadiq and Lassan, are they involved?
Difficult one at the moment because we're waiting for international clearance. That could happen in the next hour. It might take days, so we'll have to wait and see how that one pans out. But at the moment where we stand, it's definitely not confirmed.